doesn't celebrate in public. He doesn't announce the victory. He notes the outcome in his private accounting and moves to the next objective before the room is processed what just happened. They expected fireworks and speeches. They expected something they could quote. He gave them a clean handshake and walked to the next thing without a single note of the performance they were waiting for. The quiet conqueror doesn't need you to know he won. The quiet conqueror is already on the next one. By the time you've told the story, he's writing the next chapter. The quiet conqueror is the most efficient kind of man there is. He built 5 empires that your grandfather called impossible. He solved 3 problems that your father said were permanent. He did it without your permission or your participation or your awareness that it was happening. Almost amused, you're still talking about the last thing. He's already done the next thing. That's the distance between the quiet conqueror and everyone else. The quiet conqueror moves in the spaces you forgot. The quiet conqueror already has what you thought was still available. It wasn't not anymore. The quiet conqueror already walked through that door. Two things built everything that matters. What you were willing to bleed for, and what you refused to compromise, no matter the price of the refusal. Those two things, blood and discipline, are the only architecture that holds. from the men before him, who learned it from the men before them. A code passed down without a document, just a handshake and a look that said, this is what we are, and this is what we never do. Regardless, blood and discipline, that's the foundation of the real. Blood and discipline is the only thing that's built to feel like something that will last. Past the men who built it, blood and discipline is the oldest and the only code that still means anything. The money comes and goes, the territory shifts and changes, the alliances adjust to what the season requires. But blood and discipline stay exactly what they are, from the first oath to the last fire. What you're willing to pay,
what you won't betray,
what you won't betray.
Together they make the only man
worth calling by that name. Blues holler, blood and discipline are the only things that don't lie.
blood and discipline. Blood and discipline. Blood and discipline.
Built everything worth having.
Blood and discipline
Is the oldest kind of reckoning between a man and what he is, and what he's willing to be. Blood and discipline is the code, and the code is everything. Get the version where the door was open. He got the version where the door was locked, and the key was somewhere on the other side of something he'd have to build before he even knocked. Not in the victim sense, in the sense that the weight was present from the first morning he can remember, and he never got the option of putting it down for a season to see how it felt to be lighter, born heavy, and carried it like it was always his. Born heavy, never knew what weightlessness is. Never had the season where it all came easy. Born heavy and built everything he has from the particular kind of strength that only comes from never having anything given. He doesn't want your sympathy, he wants your understanding that the heaviest beginnings produce the most load-bearing men, and that everything he built was built because the weight never allowed him the option of building anything less solid. You want to know what built me? Every door that didn't open, every hand that wasn't there. Every morning I had to find the reason without anyone providing it. That's what built me. Blues, holler, and pride. I was born heavy, and I built heavy. And everything I built is still standing. Born heavy, and thank God for the weight. Born heavy, arrived at exactly this stage of being the load-bearing version of the man I was born to be. Born heavy is the only way I know how to be. There's a moment in a man's development that happens so gradually you almost miss it. When the silence that was just absence becomes the most deliberate thing in the room. It happens after the years of learning, after the seasons of watching how rooms work, after the hard understanding that the man who controls the pace controls the outcome. And the pace is set by silence, not by speaking. When silence becomes power, the room feels it before it knows it. When silence becomes power, every word is worth more because of it. You don't learn this young, you you become the kind of man that every room already knows. I watched it happen to the men I admired. This particular transformation, the day the silence stopped being quiet and started being architecture. The structure the room was built around. Whisper, it starts quiet. Whisper, just a man who speaks less. Whisper, then the room adjusts. Whisper, then the room waits. Whisper, then the room belongs to the silence. Blues holler when silence becomes power. You don't need another weapon. Silence becomes power. You've arrived at something permanent. When silence becomes power, your presence is the instrument. The room was always yours. You just had to stop filling it when silence becomes power. Nothing else is needed. He doesn't talk about it, not because it doesn't matter, but because some things lose something in the translation to words, and he'd rather keep it whole inside him, waiting all, than offer up a version that the room could hold. He's seen the room behind the room. He's seen the deal beneath the deal. He's seen what men become when the pressure finds the place where what they said they were and what they actually are finally separate. Seen too much to pretend the world is simple. Seen too much to offer you a tempo of comfortable illusions about how the thing works. Seen too much and carry it without asking you to carry any of the weight. The young ones come to him for answers. He gives them what he can, which is the truth is heavier than you're currently prepared for. Come back when you've lived enough to hold the weight of it. There are rooms I've been, whisper, that I can't describe to you, whisper, not to protect myself, whisper, but to protect, whisper, the version of the world, whisper, you still have left. Seen too much to pretend or to perform, seen too much to be surprised by any storm. He just nods when the thing happens that he knew was gonna happen. Seen too much to say he didn't see it coming, because he always does.
He didn't announce the construction. He didn't hold a press conference for the foundation or the framework or the first wall going up. He just built quietly in the hours when the room was looking elsewhere. By the time they noticed, the scaffolding was down, and what they saw was the finished thing that they had no record of beginning, no blueprint they had seen, no announcement they could trace, just an empire standing where there was empty space.
The silent empire,
built in the spaces they forgot to watch.
the silent empire,
Constructed while they talked about the things they thought were happening.
the silent empire
Is the only kind that lasts, because the ones who build in silence are the ones who build to last. He runs it now from a quiet room at an unremarkable address, where the men who need to find him know exactly where to look, and the men who don't are exactly who he wants to remain unaware of the empire in the quiet room. Whisper, it was never loud. Whisper, it was never announced, but it was just built while everyone was watching. Whisper something else. Blues holler, the silent empire stands, and nobody knows how it got here, and that's exactly how he built it. The silent empire, built by the men no one was watching. The silent empire, by the hand no one was clocking. It stands now in the silence that it was always built to stand in. The silent empire is the only kind of empire that doesn't fall when the noise noise dies down.
He didn't defeat his demons. Defeating them was never possible. He met them one by one in their honest room and talked to them until he understood what they were made of and what they had been trying to protect this whole time. The anger was protecting something vulnerable. The silence was protecting something too exposed. The coldness was protecting something warm that had been burned too many times. To trust the room with warmth again.
Making peace with the demons
is harder than fighting them.
Making peace with the demons
Means sitting with them. Means understanding why they came.
what they came to guard.
Making peace with the demons is the bravest thing a man can do. When the demons are the parts of him he hasn't met yet. He knows them now by name and by the particular shape of what they got. He doesn't love them, but he respects the function. He gives them their due room, and in return they've let him have the rest of the house. Whisper, honest whisper, the demon isn't the enemy. Whisper, the demon is the part of you.
Whisper that was hurt.
Whisper and chose a hard way.
Whisper making sure.
Whisper it never happened again. Blues holler, I made peace with mine and now they work for me.
Making peace with the demons
Is how you integrate the whole man.
Making peace with the demons
Is the completion of the plan of becoming fully yourself.
including the difficult part.
Making peace with the demons is the gentlest and the bravest thing a man can do with his own heart.
doesn't celebrate in public. He doesn't announce the victory. He notes the outcome in his private accounting and moves to the next objective before the room is processed what just happened. They expected fireworks and speeches. They expected something they could quote. He gave them a clean handshake and walked to the next thing without a single note of the performance they were waiting for. The quiet conqueror doesn't need you to know he won. The quiet conqueror is already on the next one. By the time you've told the story, he's writing the next chapter. The quiet conqueror is the most efficient kind of man there is. He built 5 empires that your grandfather called impossible. He solved 3 problems that your father said were permanent. He did it without your permission or your participation or your awareness that it was happening. Almost amused, you're still talking about the last thing. Whisper, he's already done the next thing. Whisper, that's the distance. Whisper between the quiet conqueror. Whisper and everyone else. The quiet conqueror moves in the spaces you forgot. The quiet conqueror already has what you thought was still available. It wasn't. Not anymore. The quiet conqueror already walked through that door. They don't broadcast the intention. They read the ground before they move, and when they move, it's committed. No hesitation in the groove. He learned this from the years of watching how the patient one succeeded. while the loud ones burn their credibility on deals that didn't close, and rooms they shouldn't have entered, and words they couldn't back up. Move like wolves, quiet before the move. Move like wolves, committed in the groove. No wasted motion, no announcement, no parade. Move like wolves, that's how empires are made. In the dark, in the silence, in the spaces they forgot to watch. Already revealed himself. The wolf that moves has already arrived in the territory he intended, before anyone noticed the intention. That's difference between the loud and the ones who actually thrive. We move in silence. We read the room before we enter it. We never take a step without knowing what the step is for. Move like wolves. Before they know you're moving, you're already there. Move like wolves. The territory is the goal. Move like wolves. Patient, precise, and whole. Every step intentional. Every pause deliberate. Move like wolves, and the room is always ready by the time you get there. He gave them every reason to underestimate him. He didn't correct the assessment, he fed it. The smaller they thought he was, the more room he had to build the thing they'd forgotten to watch. He listened to the dismissals and took notes. He cataloged the assumptions and used them. Every time they looked past him, he moved through the space they left unguarded by looking past him. They never saw him coming, because they never saw him. They never saw him coming, because they couldn't see him for looking at the obvious targets, the loud ones, the visible ones. They never saw him coming, and by the time they did, he was already there. be the announcement. He moved without, he just occupies. What he built in the silence, they provided him by assuming he wasn't building anything. They said, he's quiet. Whisper, he heard. Keep going. They said,
he's nobody.
Whisper,
He heard.
perfect.
Building the full voice. They gave me every advantage by believing I had none. Blues holler, full release. They never saw me coming, and that was always the plan. They never saw me coming, and now they understand.
They never saw him coming. That was the entire strategy. They never saw him coming, because invisibility is the most powerful position in any room you're entering.
They never saw him coming.
And the thing he built while they were looking elsewhere is the thing they're looking at now. The gentleman's curse is feeling everything completely, while appearing to feel nothing at all. It's having the full range of the human instrument, and having learned at cost to play it only in private. He feels the room before he enters it. He feels the conversation underneath the conversation. He feels what the other man is carrying before the other man has said a word, and he carries it, that feeling plus his own, while appearing to carry nothing. The gentleman's curse is the depth that doesn't show. The gentleman's curse is the fire under all the cold. He feels more than you believe, and shows you less than you deserve. The gentleman's curse is that the code requires the fullest man to appear the emptiest. She said once, I wish you'd just show me what's actually happening inside. He said, if I showed you everything happening inside, you'd bigger room for the feeling of it. She laughed, and he truest thing said all week. The curse is not the feeling, whisper. The curse is the requirement, whisper. That the feeling, whisper, stay exactly where it is, whisper. And not inconvenience anyone, whisper. With its depth, the gentleman's curse is being built for feeling in a world that rewards the appearance of not. The gentleman's curse is the private life of everything. The public life can't hold. The gentleman's curse is the price of being both this sensitive and this control. There is a code that operates past midnight, but the daylight world has no jurisdiction over. A different set of rules for different kinds of men who do different kinds of business in the hours between. It isn't written down because the men who know it don't need it written down. They learned it the way all codes are learned, by watching what happens to the men who break it, and deciding very clearly never to be those men. The midnight code is the oldest law there is. The midnight code says silence is serious, that a man's word spoken in certain rooms is more binding than any document. The midnight code is the agreement between men who understand that some agreements live only after dark. He lives by it, not because he has to, but because the daylight code was written by men who never to trust anyone past the where the law stopped protecting them. Midnight code is the deeper trust would do this, even if no one could prove that didn't. The midnight code doesn't need enforcement. The midnight code, the maid who keep it because they are the kind of men who keep it, and the men who break it find out what the code, find out what the code has always had prepared, was prepared for that eventuality. when no one's watching is what you actually are. The midnight code is the last honest standard in a world that stopped being honest. When the lights came on, he takes the last cigarette from the last pack of a brand they don't make anymore. He lights it the way his father showed him once, in a city that no longer has that bar. Some rituals are just rituals until they're suddenly the last time, and you don't always know it's the last time until it's already done, and you're holding the empty where the full thing used to be. The last cigarette is the punctuation of the arrow. The last cigarette is how a man says goodbye to the version of himself that smoked through everything he built. The last cigarette is the closing of a chapter with the only ceremony appropriate to the chapter being closed. He doesn't romanticize it, he just lets it mean what it means, which is something ends here and something else begins, with cleaner lungs and the particular kind of clarity that comes after you've closed the door on who you were. One last drag, whisper, one last exhale, whisper, one last look, whisper at everything this version of him built. Then the last ember, whisper in the dark. The last cigarette burns down to exactly nothing. The last cigarette says everything without saying anything. He drops it, watches it go out, and walks into the next thing. The last cigarette is the most elegant goodbye a man can offer to the man he's done being. The man who raises his voice has already told you everything about what he doesn't have. The man who lowers his has told you nothing about what he does. That's the difference. Watch the one who isn't speaking in the room where everyone is loud. Watch the one who isn't moving in the current of the crowd. The still water is the deepest. The quiet man is the most complete. The silent ones were always the most dangerous you'll meet. Silent men are the most dangerous, because you never know the move. Silent men are the most dangerous. They've already found the groove of a plan you're not aware of, in a game you're not inside. Silent men are the most dangerous, and the wisest men know to step aside. He's been watching you since before you noticed him. He knows 3 moves ahead and hasn't started yet. The angry man is reactive. He's already lost his edge. The silent man is patient. He has never left the ledge of complete control of everything he shows you, and he doesn't. And what he doesn't show you is the thing that matters most. Silent men are the most dangerous, and the silent man is this: not someone to be frightened of, but someone not to miss. Reading every room he enters, filing everything he finds. Silent men are the most dangerous, because silence is the sharpest kind of mind. The dangerous kind of quiet is not the absence of anything. It's the presence of everything being held back by a man who knows exactly when to release it. He's been the loudest man in certain rooms, before he understood the math. Loudest presence is the most legible. Legible means predictable. Predictable is the one thing he'd never to be again. The dangerous quiet is an empty room. Whisper. The dangerous quiet is the most crowded room. Whisper. In the building, being occupied by one very whisper, still whisper man. Every room he enters gets a little quieter, not because he asks for it, but because the room can feel the particular density of his silence, understands without knowing how it understands that the right response to match it. I am quiet because I have nothing.
I am quiet because I have everything.
And I am choosing
Very carefully
what to release.
and when.
The dangerous quiet is the room before the room changes. The dangerous quiet is the breath before everything rearranges. You'll feel it before it happens. You'll know it's him before he speaks.
The dangerous quiet
Is the most accurate kind of warning.
you'll never be able to prove you received.
He didn't defeat his demons. Defeating them was never possible. He met them one by one in the honest room and talked to them until he understood what they were made of and what they had been trying to protect this whole time. Their anger was protecting something vulnerable. The silence was protecting something too exposed. The coldness was protecting something warm that had been burned too many times to trust the room with warmth again. Making peace with the demons is harder than fighting them. Making peace with the demons
means sitting with them, means understanding why they came, what they came to God. Making peace with the demons is the bravest thing a man can do. When the demons are the parts of him he hasn't met yet, he knows them now by name and by the particular shape of what they got. He doesn't love them, but he respects the function. He gives them their due room, and in return, they've let him have the rest of the house. Whisper, the demon isn't the enemy. Whisper, the demon is the part of you. Whisper, that was hurt and chose a hard way. Whisper of making sure, whisper, it never happened again. Blues hollow. I make peace with mine, and now they work for me. Making peace with the demons is how you integrate the whole man. Making peace with the demons is the completion of the plan of becoming fully yourself, including the difficult parts. Making peace with the demons is the gentlest and the bravest thing a man can do with his own heart.
Check to see if the room approves. He doesn't wait for someone else to validate his moves. He built his own criteria for what success looks like, and measures himself by that, not by what others write. They offered him the acceptance that came with compromise. He thanked them and declined and watched the surprise register across their faces like a language they'd forgotten, that a man could be complete without the crowd he'd gotten. No validation needed from a room that doesn't know him. No validation needed from a world that tried to own him. He decided what he's worth by the standard he set himself. No validation needed, just the work and the results it builds. The most dangerous thing you'll meet in any room you're entering is the man man who genuinely does not need you to believe in him, who built his world with or without your blessing or your recognition. No validation needed is the most complete position. I don't need you to agree with me. I don't need you to understand. I need what I have always needed. Nothing from anyone but myself. No validation needed. That's the code he lives inside. No validation needed is the source of all his strife. The man who needs no audience performs at his highest every time. No validation needed. That's the most powerful kind of mind. He didn't announce the construction. He didn't hold a press conference for the foundation or the framework or the first wall going up. He just built quietly in the hours when the room was looking elsewhere. By the time they noticed, the scaffolding was down, and what they saw was the finished thing that they had no record of beginning. No blueprint they had seen, no announcement they could trace, just an empire standing where there was empty space. The silent empire, built in the spaces they forgot to watch. The silent empire, constructed while they talked about the things they thought were happening. The silent empire is the only kind that lasts, because the ones who build in silence are the ones who built to last. Runs it now from a quiet room at an unremarkable address, where the men who need to find him know exactly where to look, and the men who don't are exactly who he wants to remain unaware of the empire in the quiet room. It was never loud, it was never announced, it was just built while everyone was watching. Something else built. The silent empire stands and nobody knows how it got here. And that's exactly how he built it. The silent empire, built by the man no one was watching. The silent empire, by the hand no one was clocking. It stands now in the silence that it was always built to stand in. The silent empire is the only kind of empire that doesn't fall when the noise dies down. There's a moment in a man's development that happens so gradually you almost miss it. When the silence that was just absence becomes the most deliberate thing in the room. It happens after the years of learning, after the seasons of watching how rooms work, after the hard understanding that the man who controls the pace controls the outcome. And the pace is set by silence, not by speaking. When silence becomes power, the room feels it before it knows it. When silence becomes power, every word is worth more because of it. Slow. When silence becomes power, you become the kind of man that every room already knows. I watched it happen to the men I admired. This particular transformation, the day their silence stopped being quiet and started being architecture. The structure the room was built around. It starts quiet, whisper, just a man who speaks less. Whisper, then the room adjusts. Whisper, then the room waits. Whisper, then the room belongs to the silence. Blues holler when silence becomes power. You don't need another weapon. When silence becomes power, you've arrived at something permanent. When silence becomes power, your presence is the instrument just had to stop feeling it. When silence becomes power, nothing else is needed. Mm. Mm. Mm.
Nobody knows exactly where he came from. Nobody's entirely sure where he's going. He appears in the rooms that require his particular kind of presence, and disappears before the questions start showing. The long coat is not a fashion, it's an architecture. It says I've walked through weather you haven't seen the kind of, and I walk through weather you haven't seen yet. And the coat is just the cost of being the kind of man who walks through everything. The man in the long coat is the one the room adjusts for. The man in the long coat is the presence every room makes a space for. Without knowing why, without being asked, the man in the long coat is the archetype of every man. Whoever chose the harder version of the road. He doesn't explain the code, he doesn't explain the silence, he doesn't explain the way he enters or the way he leaves. He's the man in the long coat, and the coat says everything. The man has already decided not to. He came from somewhere cold. He's going somewhere colder. But in every room between, he is the warmest presence nobody will explain. Stay long enough to need a name in any room. The man in the long coat makes the room remember the particular quality of his room, filling silence long after the coat has gone.